What's going on, everybody? How you doing? This is Milton Spence, and I'm here with Miss Karma Wright. I am. What's up? What's up? I'm your owner and founder of Well-Rounded Consulting, where I am not only just a life coach, but I am a full and certified business consultant. I have everything you need right here in my business, and I appreciate you guys tuning into the Coach's Corner. That's enough about my big old head. I want to ask Miss Karma Wright, if you would step up and tell us who exactly are you and tell us everything. Tell us how we can find you.
Well, again, my name is Karma Wright. Yes, that is my real name. I started and the founder and owner and creator of the Wright Assistant, Wright with my last name, W-R-I-G-H-T. And I'm in Georgia. Actually, I'm out of Georgia, but I can be working anywhere virtually for anybody. And basically, my business is to help me solve problems for people that they may have daily, either in their personal lives or professionally. Everybody, has a to-do list, but you don't have to do it. I've been blessed with the gift and power of organization and administration. I didn't realize there was a need for it until I started serving in ministry under my youth pastor, and I started seeing the things that I do for the ministry, how I can utilize that outside of the ministry. So, and people have always asked me if I can help do this, help do that, because they know, I'm on it. So, and of course, who wouldn't? My name is Karma, and who wouldn't want to be blessed with good karma? And my last name is Wright, so you can never go wrong with the right. Right. So I just wanted to find a great way to always help people, help people get organized, structured in their business, in their households, so life will be easier for them. And I actually enjoy doing it too. Needless to say, some people wonder why, but I can't really function in chaos and whatnot. And when I see something out of order or out of line, I do my best. I just automatically jump in and help, because I'm a servant. I'm a servant to the kingdom. I'm serving to people. I've been doing it since I was little. I'm not saying any names, but I take some of the best notes in the whole world. I know I was the reason at least 2 people in my high school graduated. So, but I'm always a helper. I'm always wanting to just help people be better. Whatever it is I can do to serve you, to serve your household. And I have a servant heart. So I'm just like, might as well let this be my walk with God and make me some profit from it.
There you go. If that's your natural gift, why not,
Oh, yeah. I'm a mother of 3 boys. My oldest son, actually, Kendall, he's the main reason, I guess, why I really wanted to be into a business, because I know he's my special needs son. He's autistic. And I really just want something set in place. This is just one of many ideas that whenever he gets older as an adult, he won't have to worry about anything. He's a great person. My other 2 boys are always great. They're helping me. And that whole special needs community, that's always touched my heart, even in middle school. I don't know why, but I know I've always had a love for it. So anything I can do entrepreneur business wise to help that community, I always go in full blast, 100%. So I love that.
You have a heart of gold. I'll tell you that. You have a heart of gold. It just protrudes through the screen. If nobody else can tell, I'm telling you, I can definitely tell. You have a heart of gold, and that's awesome, man, to hear not just how you started your business, but now how you have a plan for it in the future. You have a legacy thought process. But what I want to hear, if you want to share, if you have, I know some ideas that I have about things I'm doing are totally intimate, That's only things that I've been praying about. That's only between me and God. But if you have any nuggets you want to drop for us, give us what's some ideas that you have that you want to base or grow? Well, I'll just let you go ahead and just tell me what ideas do you have? You suggest some other ideas. What are the ones that you would share?
Oh yeah, one of the main ideas I do want to have is an adult daycare or an adult day program. And I didn't realize, in Georgia, for special needs, you can go to high school up until you're 22 years old. And after that, there's nowhere for you to go. And you've had all this growth and development. And if you don't find anywhere to utilize it, you're going to regress back. So that actually was my first idea that I wanted to do before I had my professional assistant business. And I did the research and everything, and a couple things I didn't have at the time, and I was worried because I was getting a little deterred, but I was like, no, I was even taking it to God. I'm like, I don't want it to seem like I'm just getting impatient and want to do a business. And, you know, God said, well, no, let this business maybe, you know, help be the jump start to that business. So I'm definitely going to have, I don't want to call it a group home, but I guess if you were to categorize it, independent living for special needs adults.
Right.
Exactly. See, that's going to be the name. It's going to be the Wright House.
I like I like that.
See, my mom knew what she was doing when she named me. She's going to be a conversation starter. I mean, people ask me all the time since college, is that my real name? Karma Wright. Yes, it is. And just anything that I could find where there's a need for the community. I don't know, you can't tell now, but I'm like 5'11" and a half. Midget, just a little on the tall side. And I realized even growing up, it's always been hard just to find like shoes and certain clothes. And now I know there's a lot more boutiques and fashion things out there, but I always wanted to cater to wherever it is I'm lacking. I know it can't just be me. I was thinking of, you know, maybe helping to start a whole like the right shoe. I had a whole list of different ideas. One, I want to kind of franchise with, there's a group in Georgia called Special Needs Bakery, and they spell needs Kneads. They're a bakery that hires special needs adults, and there's only one location, and it's on the north end, and I wanted to see if I could franchise and make one on the south end. So everything that I do, it either always ties back to serving, special needs, anything with kids, anything with helping. But that all starts where I'm at right now with organization. Because although I have a lot of great ideas, the thing I gotta have is structure and, you know, focus. And I think that's where a lot of people get lost, why they need my help, because people have a lot of great ideas, but they don't really execute them well. And their intentions are great, but if you don't know how to organize, or if you're easily distracted, it's not gonna work for you.
Right. I mean, you're 100% correct. And I was going to say this, being a business owner myself, one of the largest parts of my life is organizing, making sure my days are structured, making sure I have wiggle room for things that might come up, considering the fact that just like you, I have children, and we both know there is no predicting their day. Like, you can try to predict it, sure, you have structure to their day, but it's always something, you know, that comes up. It's always, oh, well, I don't know, like my son this morning, we're getting ready, we're walking out the house. I got bags on my shoulder. I got a bag on this shoulder. I got a lunch bag. I got the bottle bag. I got a baby carrier. I turn around and he doesn't have a shoe on. And I'm like, you know what? I can't. Now what am I going to do as far as to put a shoe on him? And he's darting out the house and running up the sidewalk. I'm yelling. It's just like, Lord have mercy. But the thing is, the entire time as I'm getting him out the house to get them to babysitter and daycare, I have a meeting scheduled for 9:15. So I'm trying to now progress my way so I can make my way back for the meeting. But the good thing is what? I left myself some wiggle room for that shoe being off. We having to go all the way back in the house, find the shoe, because I have no idea where it was. Find the shoe, come back outside, chase him down, put the shoe. So yeah, you're needed, because I'm just telling you, there is not just a market for organization. There's a need. There's a lot of people, a lot of not just business owners, but people who have no organization to their day. There also is a need for people who are like new families who need structure with kids, because sometimes you become a new family and you're like, oh boy, like, how are we gonna do this? You know, there's no book on it. You know, there's books, get me wrong, but there's no books on it with your kids' names in it, okay? And so you have to figure out your children and things of that nature. But anyway, so that all sounds great. Now, the topic of the show is how to organize chaos, craziness, right? So I wanted to really find out, you say you have a heart of service and you really have a niche and a call, I guess, of administration. Now, detail to us what your thoughts are on administration are, and what do you believe it actually represents? Because some people think of admin as something totally different, but I want to hear from your perspective.
Administration to me is I would say a structure of organizing maybe an office. It could be documents. It could be actually training a whole team. It's whatever it is. It's the start of your business before you even provide your service. If your administration is out of whack, your services, no one's probably even going to take the time to look at the service or the product that you can provide.
Right.
The main thing is with time management with people. People try to rush certain things. They overestimate the size of the product or the project that they have at hand. They kind of lead with your heart a little bit, and you kind of got to focus more on structure. Yeah, we all want to hire our family, but unfortunately, if your family can't get the job done, you got to have to man up and woman up and be able to tell them, I love you to pieces, but this isn't the point. This isn't the job for you. And some people, and honestly, that used to be something for me years ago, because I have a servant, I want to help people. But if who you have around you or the systems that you have around you is hindering you, you need to remove it.
Right.
And it's just a matter of like doing to-do lists, prioritizing. What is your end goal? And what's the deadline for your goal? I believe in having deadlines, and that way you can see what you need to do first. Should you start with the easier things first? I believe in starting with the easier things first. That way you can knock them out. Some people like to do the harder things. I mean, that kind of works with some people. It doesn't work for me, because my thing is, if you get frustrated and you don't accomplish it, then you're looking back at your list like, dang, I didn't do anything. And you could have knocked out at least 3 or 4 things, give you a little bit of an accomplishment.
Right.
But, administration is just, to me, it's the skill of organizing, delegating, because I know a lot of people think they can take everything on themselves. They try to save money by taking everything on themselves. And in the end, if you get easily distracted or if you have a whole lot going on where you're trying to focus on the administration and that's not your gift, that's not your grace, now you can't even provide your service because you're trying to do too much. Trying to save a couple little pennies and little nickels, trying to save some dollars, but you're losing out on the big money. So I mean, you just have to realize what your gifts are. And some people, I didn't realize I was gifted at that actually until my mother told me years ago. And when I got good grades in school, she says, karma has always come easy and naturally to you, because I've always had a study pattern. You got to have a schedule. I have a really good memory. That's in my favor too. I don't know why I remember some of the things that I do, but I do. and that's something you got to have, and you got to have a good trust factor with whoever you put, your business in the hands of administration. Because if you don't trust somebody, you're always going to be micromanaging them. And that's extremely tedious. If you have to micromanage somebody, then what are they there for? You might as well hire your child running around with no shoe. So it's just a matter of actually of structure, organization, accountability. Everybody messes up. Everyone may forget stuff. It's okay, as long as you take accountability for that. Because to me, your character and your attitude will always outweigh your work. I can always find someone to do a job for me. But if everything messes up, or if one little thing, and you always pushing off on someone, I find that it's a character flaw. And when you start questioning people's character and their attitude, you're going to start questioning their business and their work ethics. And, that's just not good to have around you or your business. If you're, as the business owner, CEO, creator, you're supposed to be focusing on what it is God gave you the gift to do. And if that's, like I said, making things, doing music, cooking, life coaching, then you don't have to, then you may not be graced, or you just may not have time, or you don't even want to do the little things. And the fact that few people like myself enjoy doing that, I like to see people win. I don't have to be on the main stage. I don't have to be on the front of the podium. I don't mind being on the side. Yes, they did it. Clapping. I'm team everybody. Some people, they use that little administration as a step to get somewhere else. And, everyone wants to grow and whatnot, but if you really don't want to do that, don't try to, ethics and authenticity will get you a whole lot further. So,
I like that last part you just said. I liked a lot of things in what you just said, but ethics and authenticity, I am huge on those 2 things. And what I have learned when I go into a business, or when I speak to someone, right? A client, whether it be a business owner, okay? My authenticity within me being exactly who I am in this world sometimes throws people off. It's the weirdest thing. And it's like, wow. So because I don't fit a structure or a certain way, or in my head as we're talking about it, the way they have administered in their head, the way conversations are supposed to happen, then you're maybe unprofessional or something like that. I have learned that I have gained more respect due to the authenticity, due to being ethical, and being flat out honest. Clients, being a life coach is not easy. Some people look at it and you see people selling it, and I'm like, look, you can sell it. You're supposed to get clientele. But the way you honestly get clientele with life coaching is just like I'm talking to you. And if we talk about something deeper than the conversation of everyday life, then I'll let you know, hey, look, I am a coach. You know, this is what I do. And if you tell me, hey, I'm having a hard time getting my business off the ground, hey, I'm a coach. This is what I do. This is how I've helped other people, And then you get yourself hired, quote unquote. And then you help that person from there. It's all about seizing an opportunity when you actually speak to a person. It's hard to sell life coaching online. It can be done, don't get me wrong, but it's hard to do it online because of the fact, as you stated, there's a lot of people who have a product but don't have a structure on when finally they get a client, then it's like, oh crap. I did all this to get this client, and now what do I do?
Now what do I do?
Yeah, so it's like you need people who have their gift to align themselves with your business. And a lot of times people can't do it or have people align with them because they don't have the income, or they don't have the wherewithal to ask. And, you know, I just believe wholeheartedly the way you organize chaos is you get out of the fear of thinking that, you know, if I talk to you, you tell me, Milt, if I'm going to help you, my fee every month is $300. And I'm like, well, shoot, man, I can't afford $300 a month. You know, I just won't take your service. I've had people tell me that I can't afford you, And you know what I've done for those people? I say, okay, well, what can you afford? Because I want to help you. I have a fee, I have a standard, sure, but I know my wiggle room. I know, because I run it, so I know my wiggle room. So what can I do for you? And if they are within that wiggle room, we do business. It's not a problem. And the same goes for, and you know how I came up with that? I had an administrative time with my business where I didn't talk about it. I didn't do anything. I just administered everything. I knew once I got a client, this is the next step. This is this is that, this is this is that. This client, I know they're on this step, they're on this. It's just how I've had to do it. But I'm gonna tell you the truth, as I'm listening to you, it would have been much easier to hire you to do it, because I struggled so bad. Even my wife was like, dude, I was like, you don't understand. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to do this thing. I'm like, I'm Googling, I'm everything. But when you have somebody like with a gift like yourself, it makes it that much better. Because I've seen people who have tried to administer things, and you're like, they don't have it. They don't have the gift, man. This is not their thing. So yeah, but
that's good that you recognize it and that you know that, because some people just don't. Like, I'm an inquisitive child. I always have been. And a lot of things you got to do is you got to ask questions. And I just just hearing what the client or what the person says they need, I just kind of know which questions to ask.
Right.
Like, what's your time frame? Even if it's something small, like, you know, Carmen, can you help me plan a baby shower? Okay, well, what's the date? You know, how many people you want to have? Have you found a venue? Is it a public place, a private place? Do you want to do actual invitations, RSVPs? What's the date you need the final RSVPs? What kind of food do you want? Is someone cooking? I mean, I just automatically know, because people go, wow, I didn't think of that. Ooh, I don't know. I know, that's why I'm asking you, because you didn't think of that.
Right.
You're going to have a bridal shower or whatever. And that's cool. Like, some people, they just want to come, host, come in, have everything done, and that's what I could do. You know, you don't want to make 20 goodie bags. Some people didn't even think about, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Even new clients, you have a product, like, do you have a client intake sheet, a client agreement sheet, like a payment schedule? Or I just told them how much I want to be paid. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Is there a deposit, a retainer? Like, how much do they have to put down? Did they pay you in the beginning? Is it split up? Or do they wait till the product is done? Oh, wow. Well, I just told them my feet. Yeah, there's certain things they don't think about. I just know to ask.
Right.
And like I said, I want you to be better. And honestly, like I said, I'm not worried about dollars. I know God gonna bless me. If it's something I honestly can't do or I'm not skilled in it, if it's something I think I can, I'll always tell you I tried. But if it's something that I know I can't do, I'm not about to lie, just trying to get your business. And then I'm doing the same thing you're doing, Googling, trying to figure it out because I'm happy I got a client. No, then that wouldn't represent myself or my brand well, especially since, I'm all about the Wright Assistant. Yeah, I like to do things the right way, the right time, the first time. I very rarely do I repeat the same mistakes. I mean, you got to make mistakes in life to learn. And what I've done, I've never had to repeat. I mean, people keep coming back to me for a reason. You should be. People have come to me, and I'm like, I didn't even know they knew my name, and they want me to do stuff. I'm like, okay. And like I said, it all started like I said. And I just want people to be their best, to be great, and I don't want you to have to worry about so much stuff that you're not good at. You're probably good at talking in sales, but you don't know how to get your booth or your table or vendor things. There's conferences and seminars all the time. You may not want to spend the whole time worrying about your table when I can do that. I'm very good at observation is my thing. I'm always watching. Mm-hmm. And that's how I know when to jump in and to help certain things. You should see me in the grocery store. I just help people sort stuff. I've worked in retail in college. I try to help people, even though I know I didn't mess it up. I be folding little sweaters. I know how to do them. I'm trying to help the people who got to close at night because I remember having to do that. It's kindness and your attitude is key. I'm a big person on customer service too, and that's something I think I kind of want to work on too. Maybe training. Someone actually asked me to train before I even started my business, before I even had the idea, because I did an event at church, and they say the way that I give, I don't yell, but the way that I give instructions, like who needs to do this, who needs to do that, people listen because I know what I'm talking about. But I kind of hate when people say I don't want to work with certain businesses, or when people say that's why I don't support Black businesses. And it's not even the product or the service. It's probably just the customer service and things that if you would just help train your employees, you probably, because I've seen certain things and I wonder like, oh my God, that's not good at all. Like it's clients in here, it's people in here, and I'm just being a not support. I may pull the manager or someone aside and say, I love your business. It's great. May I suggest, having the employees greet or not having them lean or not having side conversations, just an observation. I'm never, right. And I'm great about giving accolades. People are real quick to say what was wrong with a service, but I'll say, I just want to let you know she was great. And that brightens people's day. It just makes, you'd be surprised just how your words can help people. And that's a big part of customer service too.
Yeah. Yeah. And let me ask you this. So how does all of this, the organization, everything like that, I want to step away from that for just a second, because I know we now know if we need something, anything, all right, when it comes to this organization, bad boy, and this administration and all of this stuff and planning, hey man, y'all hit up the Wright Assistant, man. Okay. And you said you work out of state as well. So you can take clients from out of state.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Mr. Florida.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, man, 305.
That's wild. Yeah. That'd be a great reason to go to Florida, honestly. I haven't been since I was little.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the twirling teacup at Disneyland. That's a shame.
That's not good. You gotta, Florida's the place to be, man. Except, it's the place to be. It's just crowded. Put it like that. Oh God, it's crowded down here.
Well, now I have reason to travel now, so. Sure.
Yeah, man. If I trust me, if I need you for something down here like that, I need you to like. All right, you be here, I'll be here. Yeah, trust me, I'll hit you up. Sometimes, man, it's like that for me. Sometimes, no lie. Okay, so you have the Wright Assistant. We're thinking about making the right shoe. We're talking about making the right home.
The Wright Choice. Oh, the right home. Yes.
The right home. You are the Wright Choice. You are the Wright Choice. You are the Wright home. 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 You are the Wright choice. Now, you want to create. All right, so I'm going to break into my thing for a second. You don't mind if I'm going to use my gift right now?
Not at all.
Yeah. You want to create a nonprofit. That's what you want to do. That's what you should do, in my estimation. The reason being is because of the fact, if you create yourself a nonprofit, the only thing you need to understand and learn is not just having the structure of the nonprofit. I'm sure you can do that. If you cannot, reach out to people. I know plenty of people who have nonprofits. That's one of my nuggets. Okay. So, there's a way to get things done. So if you want to create a nonprofit for that, because there's so much educationally you can do with that. There's so much with what you're already good at you can do. Everything you're doing, honestly, or that you say that you can do, is nonprofit style. Like, say if you open up the Wright Assistant, and that's an actual nonprofit organization where business owners can come to you when they need assistance. Sometimes startup businesses need help, and they go to places like it's Fever, FIVERR, and they go to students or something like that and pretty much use their services, and they pay them a little bit here and there. But the thing is, for a fact, you can have a for-profit side of the Wright Assistant and a nonprofit side with the same exact name. Mm-hmm. You definitely can. So basically, those two will be branched together and blah blah blah. But yeah, so yeah.
Blah blah blah. Okay.
Yeah, when you get your LLC or whatever you have now, you can get the LLC, you can get the nonprofit. The nonprofit you want to do a DBA with. So that's doing business as in the nonprofit. You know what I mean? Doing business as the Wright Choice, or doing business as the Wright Home, right? Right. So anyway, so that's just my thing. All right, back to you.
Thank you for the nugget.
No doubt. So that's what that's what you want to do, man. You definitely should open up a nonprofit organization and do everything you're trying to do. That way you can get the funding, and then you can spread your wings a lot faster, or in my estimation. I don't know how Georgia is with nonprofits, but I know it needs what you're trying to do. For sure. For sure. So I wanted to ask you this, man. When it comes down to being the Wright Assistant, and when it comes down to being that person who everybody can lean on, do you ever have any times in your life where you're looking around like, well, who can I lean on? Sure, I know you pray. I got you. But I'm talking about as far as outside of prayer. Do you have anybody that you can lean on, talk to? And not mama. Mama always the scapegoat. I say my mama too. I'm just messing. I talk to my mom. I'm just joking.
Oh no, well, sometimes I do gotta remind myself to call her, but
of course.
But I would say my sister and a group of ladies, a ministry that I serve with at church, because I'm a youth leader.
Nice.
I'm in teen ministry, and I have I'm surrounded by other youth leaders, and like a group of us, we actually have our own little prayer group that we started reading this book, The Fervent Woman's Prayer Book. So we kind of get together. Plus, we always talk, we bounce things off of each other, like businesses, if someone's going through something, we reach out to each other, and it's always positive. They'll tell me some real. Well, that's what I got my sister for too. But they'll tell me some real. They'll always pray for me. Sometimes if I have to vent, or if I just need a good encouraging word, someone will drop a scripture in, because we got a group me too.
Right, of course, yeah.
So, one of the 1,000 group meets, but it's we actually call it, we're the dynamic ladies.
Nice.
But they're actually within, and it's actually the leaders that I'm close with at church. Because we're all around the same age. Some of us are younger, some of us are older, but we're all just we're really cool. Because we hang around teens, we don't have a choice. But,
right. You got to keep up.
They'll tell us yes all the time. So, and I'm actually over, I'm a praise team leader over the youth. So if I don't have anyone to talk to, I'm always listening to some music or singing, and that kind of inspires me too. But yeah, I would definitely say my friends that I've gotten, I could say not just the leaders, my friends at church. And you know, we don't just talk about church stuff. We go and we hang out, we have fun or whatnot. But if I'm going through something, I know I can reach out to any of them. And my youth minister, you know, Hugo, I became his assistant, although, you know, we act like brother and sister. He's actually, well, you know the rapper Lil Boosie? What? Yes, you do. So wipe me down.
Oh, Boosie. Yeah,
like
yeah.
shoulders, chest.
Yeah.
He's actually his cousin. His name is.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he used to rap. He used to be in the street life and everything. He actually got sentenced to 99 years plus life when he was 15 in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. But he, you know, by the grace of God, he overcame that. So, and that's why I feel like, you know, God kind of put me with him, because we just so aligned. But I mean, yeah, my sister and my church family, you know, we talk a lot. They keep me lifted up. I run some things by them. You know, of course, I have my own BFFs from high school,
right?
Which is a blessing, because, you know, actually high school and middle school, I'm real close and still tight with people that I met in 6th grade.
Wow. You're that type of person, man. You're that type of person where you keep those connections. You don't seem like the type of person who's into the drama and da-da-da-da-da. Everybody goes through things, you know, but you don't seem to try to create those things that you go through. You know what I'm saying? You seem like the type of person that if you go through something, it's because you're going through it. You don't try to create the drama. Like, I'm going to create this drama. Oh my God, I'm going through drama. Like, yeah, well, you just created it. You could have just kept yourself out of it. Like, gosh almighty.
And, and I've become the go-to person for a lot of people with that, you know. Now I have evolved, you know. Younger Karma used to, you know, I let stuff, you know, build up. I didn't really pop off a lot, but when it finally gets to that level, I may have exerted, you know, a little aggression. You know, that's the Aries in me. We're unpredictable fire signs. So, but, you know, as I've gotten older, and like I said, just being a parent and just, you know, different things, it's just, you don't have time. I don't have time for drama. I mean, I think some of that happens to be with, in high school, both of my parents, they were diagnosed with cancer at the same time. And my dad passed, but my mom is a 24-year survivor of breast cancer. So certain things, and that was like, you know, he passed at the beginning of my senior year in high school, but they got diagnosed when I was a freshman. So it's just certain things now. I don't sweat the small stuff. I've never ever been materialistic. I don't care what people have or what they don't have, because I mean, it can all be taken away. And I've always tried to be the peacemaker. I mean, maybe because I'm a middle child too. we hate exclusion, so I'll do anything I can to include people. I've had to be the mediator for some friends, fights and arguments. I'm the one like, okay, well, let's go sit down and have some lunch and figure out what's going on. Because it's just no life. Life is too short to be stressing and worrying about stuff now. And like I said, I'm around teens all the time. The stuff that I hear them going through, I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all are so funny. Y'all arguing about this, and this person said this on social media, and you're.
Well, we did the same thing. Just we didn't have an outlet like Facebook or something like that. We didn't have that. We just had notes. And when I saw you the next day, you already know what time it is. You know what I mean?
Right, and that's the thing. They go through a whole lot of stuff. Stuff spreads quicker now. Before, you had to hear about a fight in the cafeteria at the end of the day, or
oh man, that happened during third period.
Yeah, now stuff happens like in seconds, and it's just like, and so I mean, but I kind of woosah.
Right.
It really is a whole lot more thing. I kind of make stuff, you know, I'm a silly clown person, so I always try to find the humor and the jokes and everything.
Gotcha.
So people just, you know, like just come for me for laughs. So I mean, I console people. People console me. You know, I have people I can go to. You know, my sister says I'm a hoot, so she'll just say,
a hoot?
I'm just a hoot.
Oh, okay.
Like, make me laugh or say something, you know. I do observational humor. I can just be out people watching and just, you know.
Got you. All right. So you organize your life the same way you organize probably other people's lives. You're what's the word I want to say? You're not organizationally challenged.
Organization.
Oh God, you're not that. I mean, by a long shot, I can tell. That's good. And you made a business, entire business based upon what you're great at, and that's awesome. What's some advice you would give to somebody out there who's looking to start a business but is sitting back like, well, what do I do? How do I know? You know what I mean? What's the advice you would give that person?
Well, first, I'd probably make a list of everything that you kind of like to do or that you want to do. Just like see what it is that you enjoy doing. Maybe, making beats, making music, baking or whatnot, building cars or
Right.
Cars. Just make a list and then kind of focus in on just one thing right now. What's something you're really, really great at that you could do, eyes closed, hands down, or nothing that require a lot of instruction.
Right.
And you start there, and then you figure out what it is I need for this business or what it is that I need to take off. Like if you want to bake, I guess you would start with, well, what is it I want to bake? Do I just want to specialize in one thing? Like, do I want to bake cookies, cakes, brownies, beignets, all that? Or do I just want to focus in on cookies, but different types of cookies? Because some people, they have like great ideas, but sometimes it gets a little overwhelming. And then you need to figure out if you want to start like maybe small from home. If you want to do it yourself, because depending on how big you get, you may decide, well, maybe I want to bring someone in else to help me and maybe do a partnership. Do you want to start in a kiosk, maybe start in a mall? Or do you want to be mobile, like go to different places, different days designated? Or do you want to be in one place, like a storefront?
Wow.
And
okay.
That's because some people, they just, some people are content being in one place in a plaza. Some people rather be, okay, Tuesdays I'm going to be Tuesdays I'm going to be in this mall. Wednesdays I'm going to be in this mall, and that way you can kind of see where you're getting most profits. If you're going to be in a storefront, you got to see how the size, the spacing. Then you got to check for inspections, pricing, and just do your cost. Like how much is everything going to cost? Your supplies, your pots, pans, your electricity that you're going to use. How much is your bill going to go up? The bags, you need to find a logo because you got to find something that's going to make you stick out. Right. So basically you got to make a list of everything, pick one thing, and then focus on everything that you're going to need for that.
Wow.
And then kind of set the values and the ethics, because people, they kind of shine over that because you're basically building your brand.
Yeah.
What is it that you want to line up with this? Like, is it every time you come in, you're always going to get a red bow on your bag?
Yeah.
If that's what you're going to start out doing, you need to stick to it and always do it. Because the minute you don't do it,
everybody's like, what's up with that? I'm my red bow at. Yeah.
Oh, we're under new management. New management, you're the owner. And then you just kind of prioritize the things that you need.
Right.
And then you go from there. You kind of have to be real with yourself too. You need to see your strengths and your weaknesses. Maybe you're great with baking, but like I said, where is it that, like, who's going to help me market this? You can have the best product in the world, but if no one comes in the door,
doesn't matter. Yeah.
Like, am I going to go face to face in person? Am I going to pay for a website? Am I going to just do my own social media? How are you going to market it? Are you just going to buy billboards, TV? Like, how am I going to get people in the door? Just word of mouth? Sometimes you'd be surprised how that works.
Right.
Get your a brand, a logo, and you kind of just need to know, like, you'd have to really be focused and disciplined and structured. Get the right people around you.
Right. The right assistant.
Exactly. And remove all distractions. You have to decide, this is something I'm going to do. You got to put in the time and the effort to do it. Mm-hmm. So you start with an hour, a couple hours, turn off your phone, go, sit at a table in a chair. I know a lot of people work from home. It is so fun to be comfy in our bed with our laptop. But how productive are you really going to be when you're comfy? Because then you're going to start leaning and
and turn the TV up, push the laptop to the side. Yeah.
Yeah. The clothes are here. Oh, I'm hungry. Let me order Uber Eats. Next thing you know, it's 4:00 and you haven't done anything. And you got to keep yourself on a time schedule. You kind of have to do your own set schedule. Like, okay, this time I'm going to do this. Figure out what days you're going to do stuff at home, what days you're going to do stuff, or where you need to go out and do stuff in the field or in the office or to go talk to people. You just really have to have time management and be disciplined and have the right people around you. And you can do it. Don't let anyone tell you you can't. And my thing is, depending on who you have around you, if you can't change the people around you, you need to change the people around you.
Yeah, that's true. And what would you say what was your largest struggle before you started your business? How did you get to this point now? Because you started it now, it's there, it's here. But what was your struggle?
My own fear of like, how am I going to do this? And is there anyone really going to pay for this? And I don't know. I don't know, but I mean, is there a market for it? Like, is people really going to pay me for this? I mean, it's just their own fear of branching out, stepping out on faith and just jumping and do it. And then finally just, praying a little bit. And then people saying, Karma, yes, I need help. I'm serious. And actually, before I even started, people were like, you should charge for this. It was my own insecurity, my own fear, and my own worry about, I don't know.
Right.
Like, do you want to leave, like I said, the safety of your job? And that's what it is, the security to go out like on the unknown and try to see. But that's what it was. Because like I said, I knew I had like the ideas, the scheduling, clientele. It was just my own fear that was holding me back. And I finally just, you being an example, and then some other students starting their own businesses. You'd be surprised. I go to church and students handing me their own business cards. Miss Carmen, look, I do hair, I do braids. Like, here's my business card. I'm like, oh my God, you're in the 10th grade. What? So you can do it, and I'm sitting here pouring into you. I'm like, okay. And then just seeing a lot of people around me stepping out doing it, I'm like, you know what, Carmen, you can do this. You can do this. You're graced to do this, and you do it great. You got a fun name. It sells. It is. I'm a people person, and like you said, a lot of people, they'll just come with me just because they know my heart, my character. They know I'll do a good job because my work is gonna be tied to that person. So if you hire me as your assistant, what I want is for someone to say, "Wow, she did a great job for you."
Exactly.
She did a full-time assistant. So it was just, I just had to get out of my own head and stop being scared and worried. I'm like, it's time to do this. It's time to move.
Yeah. And you did it. So congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations on your business too and everything.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I had the same thing before I started my business. And sometimes, some days I still have the same thing. That fear, a doubt, because you start posting things, and obviously all the advertisements in the world start coming to you as far as life coaching and this coach and that coach and doing this and do that. You want to get more clients? You got to do this. It's just like, oh Lord, please. Don't beat me up. But I like the fact that you said get out of your own head, because I believe that our brain is the largest tool that we have that was God-given, and we don't use it for our good. We allow things that are not even truly in our mind. We allow things to come into our mind as far as doubt. Your brain will do whatever you tell it to do. It literally will do anything you make it do, whether it wants to or not. It will literally just do it. Okay, cool. You want to go this way? Fine. Now, when you're headed that way, your mind, you may be observing the situation, and your mind is like, turn around. I'm telling you, turn around. Don't do this. But your body will continue to go. Now, the funniest thing I've always known is that some people, they don't realize that their mind and body will fight against them in order to keep them. Because, put it like this, if you allow fear to creep in, it's almost as if you have to use your head in order to tell yourself, it don't matter how afraid I am, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to talk anyway. I'm going to assist anyway. And you, the whole time you're doing it, you're shaking. You know what I mean? I've had people on the coach's corner while we're recording, they're as normal, as chill. But before the camera came on, I mean, we having a full-blown counseling session because they were afraid they were afraid for me to press record. And after the fact, after it's all said and done, they're like, you know what, that wasn't really half bad. Because, I'm like, exactly. So a lot of times, man, I'm going to tell you this. Even if you have fear, there's going to come another time in your business that you're going to have another point of fear. I'm telling you, because the fear is, or normal fear of any human being is success. And some people don't believe that. You can start a business and have a vision and say, you know what, I think this is a great idea. But what happens when you get that phone call and it's put it like this, what happens when you get that phone call, it's a 6-figure pay. For one, yeah, you're gonna be excited initially. But when you have to walk and earn that 6 figures, now what happens? Because that's almost a level of success.
Yeah, you start thinking, oh gosh.
Exactly. So it's like when that point comes in your time, in your business, and when you get to that point, do it anyway. Do it afraid. It's okay to be scared. Because once you start walking, the fear kind of drops off. It's weird how it works. Played sports all my life. Before the game, every game, no matter what, I had the butterflies and all like, oh my God. Because there's so many things or so many factors that you're thinking of so quick that could go so wrong. But then I say, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go out here and give it 110%. And that's just going to be that. You know, no matter what, I'm going to give it 110. I'm going to give it 110 every play, every down, every whatever. And that's okay. I've had people come to me after I started this business. Man, I really want you to coach me. And this person makes 6 figures. These people make a lot of money. And they're like, come in and coach me, man. I need your help. And in my head, I'm like, what the heck how can I coach you? Oh gosh, you know, like what can I do? You know, like who am I? And then you start to realize, wait a minute, why am I asking myself something like that? I'm afraid to be successful. That's the weirdest thing ever. It's like I'm scared of success. And it's because we don't want to put ourselves, especially in the Christian faith, you don't ever want to put yourself in a position where you're not being humble.
Right.
So your want to be meek and your want to be humble turns into you doubting yourself and being afraid that you actually have a gift. When you on the flip side, you'll stand up in church and praise God for David slaying Goliath. I mean, come on. It's the same thing. You don't think he was afraid? He knew what he had with him though. He knew that's okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm guided to do it, and I'm going to win this fight. I have no reason to be afraid now. I'm going to win. Why are we afraid? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So the next step for you as a business owner is not just the marketing steps, because marketing is what it is. You know, market myself. I'm going to go to marketing events. I do this, I do that, da-da-da. The biggest thing is when your clients roll in. Right? And they roll in larger than they are now. You have to be in a position to take on said task. And after you take on the task, be more grateful than afraid. Your gratefulness literally takes over. I learned that, to be grateful instead of afraid. I mean, so I appreciate this. Like, say if I'm working hard, and it's the craziest thing. I remember one day I was at an office, and I said, man, thank you guys so much for hard work. Thank you for hard work. And they looked at me like, what? I'm like, yeah, man. I'm grateful to be able to do this. So you don't understand. I could be at home watching television right now and not making a dime to provide for my family. I said, but I've been graced with the ability to be able to drive to you safely, get here safely, operate with you, do what I do best, and then when I leave you, impart something into you that you didn't have before you met me. I can't help but be grateful for that. So for you as a business owner, man, be grateful that you have a gift that you do, because there's people who have a need for you. I'm telling you that I have business owner friend after business owner friend that need assistance with their administration. I'm telling you. they call me and they're talking to me, and I'm a coach. I'm not an administrator. I don't look. Okay? The reason I'm a coach. Hey, look, this is who you need to call. All right, I'm gonna coach you to that. Okay. Yep. Take yourself right on over here. You know, and I've had people ask me how to help them market all kind of things, and I just basically take that person and guide them where they're supposed to be, because I'm of the belief that I cannot operate in your space, because your gift will not make room for me, but your gift will definitely make room for you.
Absolutely.
No matter what. So, yeah, I don't walk in somebody else's wheelhouse and like, I'm gonna do what she do. Like, no, I'm not. No. We got it. Now talk to her, man. I help. Tell her to tell me what to do, because I have no idea.
I mean, I agree with you. I believe in praises precedes the blessings.
Yep.
And you know, no matter what, I'm always like, thank you, Lord. I appreciate it. Even in negativity or something seems negative, I'm like, well, it could always be worse. I thank you, Lord, for this, and I'm just praiseful, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, because I go by Karma the Great. No, I really do. And it's like, I do. I go by Karma. It's in yearbooks all over Georgia, I'm sure.
Karma the Great.
It's either Karma the Great or Karma the One and Only. And people used to ask, why are you great? Because the first thing that says, well, what are you great at? I was like, well, the list is so long. Instead of visualizing, I just say I'm Karma the Great. And I used to just like say it for fun, but then I really started thinking like, I am great. I am the great.
Yeah.
So even when people address me now, like my youth minister, every morning or a text message, he's like, hey, greatness. I promise. Or even when these people see me, they're like, hey, great one. And I'm like, oh, no. And it's not, and I make sure like it's not in a prideful way, but it's just like, right. Yeah, you got to know yourself, and that you know you are great. You got to have that faith and remove that fear, because you know God gave us the hands. This is how we're supposed to use our gifts. You know, our hands are meant to do everything different for every individual.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have the gift of administration, so you use your hands to text them my number and tell them to call me and send them on the right way to the rightest. But I'm always, you know, grateful and always saying like, thank you, Lord, just hallelujah. Yes. Even with this, I promise you, when you send me a message, I'm like, you know what? Thank you, God. That wouldn't even launch 12 hours. I'm like, Lord, that's a blessing in disguise. I'm like, okay. Yeah. And like I said, just you doing your thing when you were starting like at ADT, and just you kept saying another sale, and you were saying your little testimonies about, well, this client said this, and they wanted to talk me down this, and you doing your whole solar thing, and then a few weeks later, well-rounded, I'm like, you know what, you better go, boy. You better go do your thing, and it's great to see, because I always like to support. Yeah, I support business. I support my friends, even if it's something that I can't buy or something. I refer or I just support and donate.
Right.
I'm a firm believer of karma.
Yeah, you better be. It's your name.
Of course. How would I look not supporting my name? People always say, "Are you good karma or bad karma?"
Bad karma, right?
I'm like, but that would depend on you.
Exactly. It depends on which side you want to have. Yeah.
If I'm bad, what did you do?
Thank you. Exactly.
So,
you know what?
Speak blessings and prosperity and great things over you.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. I appreciate it. And, the same to you, obviously. The biggest thing is, though, I want you to know, man, that you have an opportunity here to be not just another business owner. Don't let that title go to your head at all. You've taken a step to do something. You've created your own lane. I think everybody has their lane. Some people are meant to be employees, and some people are meant to own certain things. Everybody's like, I want to be a boss. I'm like, but what if that's not what you're meant to do? Maybe you're not built for that. And that's okay. Just be good being who you are. And, stay in your lane, do your thing, and your life, honestly, it will be more fulfilling if you do what you're supposed to do rather than trying to do everything else that everybody else is doing.
Mm-hmm. Some people are built to be at that company for 20 years doing the job, retiring, and do your thing.
Yeah.
Not for everybody. So yeah.
Yeah.
But I always say I'm a servant. That's why on my flyers is how may I serve you.
I mean,
Because that's how I get, the blessings. That's when you serve people, it comes back to you. And I've always said it in our mentorship group, because we have that at church. In serving others, I'm serving myself. So, you business owner, I mean, you can just add that as a title, but I don't put that in any mind, because I enjoy helping.
Right.
If I can. So even like I said, I can't wait till the day, and I'm hoping it comes soon, where I get blessed, because right now it's just me. But when I get a team where I'm too busy and I can help being able to employ people or help people intern, because I told them around a lot of kids, they're gonna have to do community service, and where are they gonna have to go? Miss Karma. Yeah. Can you be? They've been doing this for like the last 2 years. Miss Karma, can I use you as a referral? And I'm like, well, what are you using me as? Like, because I mean, I don't mind, but I need to know as what. Am I supposed to say you're good on time or behavior? I mean, what is it? And I try to.
I don't want to lie now.
Yeah, right, and I always tell them. I always try to give teaching moments and life lesson moments, even as the praise team leader. I mean, if you late to practice or rehearsal, I'm gonna need for you to come in with a sense of urgency, because you're late. Don't just be lollygagging, and that's just.
Don't run up in here, man. Jump in your spot. You know where you're supposed to be.
Right. I know you want to say, hey, and give your hugs to everyone, but no, rehearsal started. No, you got to get on it. You say, hey, later. You're the one that's late. And I tell them things like that, don't just not show up. No call, no show will get you fired.
Oh, yeah. Like in real life, you'll be without a job, man.
Yeah, and I try to tell them that's how it starts. Just let somebody know if you're running late or whatnot, or don't let how you're feeling about another person in the ministry affect you not doing your best. That's
That's pettiness.
You having an argument with someone now you don't want to sing, but you can sing.
Let that thing go, man.
Yeah, exactly. Let it go. I'm not gonna break into the Frozen song, because I know every time people say that, they start singing.
Oh Lord, yeah. Thank you. Don't do that to me. I've heard so many nursery rhymes, and I probably know every nursery rhyme there is now, man. Even the new ones, man. My son and my daughter, they listen to it every day. I don't even know if I listen to adult music anymore. You notice you asked me who Boosie was, and I was like, is that one guy on that one show?
So can I break into Baby Shark then?
No, thank you. Okay.
I know the remix.
No, thank you. No, thank you. No. All righty. I'm messing with you. All right. So, last question. What makes you, you?
Oh, what makes me, me?
See?
I think, how could I answer that besides my unique name, which is my government name?
The government.
I get in the way you worded it. I have a heart of gold, and I treat every client with their own personal, with their own personal interests, to my heart.
Wow.
And like, it's more like, I mean, I will be performing a service or, helping you with a task or whatever, but it's the way that I want you to see how I do it, like how I genuinely, truly care. Like, I'm really serious. Like, you want me to get this done? I'm dead serious. Like, I'm going to go hard for all my clients, each task. Yeah, I know I only need to set appointments and return emails, but I want you to know I'll do it with efficiency. And I'm all about follow-up. I think I have the best follow-up that I know. I'm really good about, appreciative. That's one of my love languages, if you don't know your love language. I'm very giving, and I'm very appreciative. After, I'm done with the client, I'll do a follow-up email, like thanking you if I did a great job. I just appreciate it. And some people notice those little things. Right. Or if you need me to follow up with one of your clients, and then they come back and tell you, like, well, your sister was really great. She was really nice and very friendly. And even though I was late and I messed up, or even though, can you apologize to her? Because I kind of snapped at her, and like, I never get out of character.
Right.
There's really nothing. Aside from assault, which I know, of course, that will never happen. But there's nothing that you can say to me ever that's going to make me get out of my professional character. It's just not going to happen.
Right.
It's just not. See, Karma Wright, tell you. But it's just, I will take a genuine interest in whatever it is you task or have at me, because I'm serving you, I'm serving your brand, I'm serving your industry. It's not just a job to me. So no matter what you do, like, I'm always smiling, I'll always be professional. If you need me at an event, if it's a dressed up event, I'll come dressed up. If it's a dressed down event, I'll be, want me to wear your shirt for the day, and hey, then I'll do it. I'll do it with excellence. I go above and beyond. So if you say, Karma, can you do 2 or 3 things? I'm like, well, I'll get that, but what else do you need me to do?
That's
like,
awesome.
what else can I make? How can I make whatever it is you have going on easier, so you don't have to worry? And I truly care about that. I mean, you're not going to be a client to me if you're stressed or upset about. I'm like, hold on, what else? Do I need to do a Starbucks run? I know you didn't ask for it, but I will. Like, are you okay? Or I may just bring you some lunch. I mean, I've always done that as I'm little. And my friends will tell you, if they're upset or if they're sad, they'll randomly get a card in the mail from me. Like, I remember you said you had tooth surgery, and here's the card. I hope everything's better. Or I was, recently I went to a wake or viewing for one of my friends. Her father passed. She had no idea I was coming. And when she saw me, she was like, whoa, this is one of my middle school friends.
Wow.
And I think I was the only one from middle school I didn't tell her. I sent my condolences because I know how it feels to lose a dad. So I try to always relate to you on a personal level, and it's going to through my professionalism. So yeah, you'll always be blessed with good karma. You'll never ask me. I guarantee you'll probably never ever ask me, Karma, are you okay? Is everything all right? No, I'll be catering to you. So you're not just getting an assistant, you're getting an assistant who genuinely cares.
Right.
See? Again, Karma Wright. Oh, look at all that marketing you're doing.
So that's it, man. I mean, you literally answered that in so many ways, as far as what makes you as a person and what makes you as a business. You are your business. You're not just an assistant. You do assisting. You are an assistant. You are that. That's what you are. Like, oh wow. It's amazing to hear people talk about themselves, and if they hit it spot on, it's like that is so needed in this world, for people to know who they are at that moment and understand and keep up with everything that has gotten them to a place. Sometimes people get derailed so fast because they're so used to or wanting to hold on to something that happened to them, right, and not forgiving, or that person loses touch with who they actually are. And when I talk to them and we're trying to get back to who they are, you'd be surprised the memory lane that you take them down, or the questions you start to ask to uncover certain things. And that person is like, wow, I never even realized this or that. But for you to have done that over this time is pretty freaking amazing, because you don't see it all the time. And when I mean that, I mean on my side of things, because that's what I've been doing all of my life, is coaching and guiding people, leading, ministering. I've been the guy that everybody goes to if they're looking for not just the honest, real answer, but sound wisdom to get them to where they're supposed to be. And I've always been able to observe people such as yourself, look at them and see something in them beyond what they can see. And I take it back to when I was a baby. My mother used to tell me all the time, I used to stare at people and I would just look at them. And she said I wouldn't break away. I wouldn't look left or right. She said if I locked with somebody, I would just lock onto them. And she said sometimes people would say to her, man, it looks like he's looking right through me. And it's funny that now that's what I do. I look at people and I can see directly through them, or they can be speaking and they're saying one thing, but I hear something totally different. Not that I don't perceive what they're saying as the reality, but I understand this is the actual reality of what they're saying. You know what I mean? So it's nothing to toot or, pat myself on the back, or like I say, raise the roof.
I was about to say, roof.
It's nothing to do that, but it's honestly to say when we're aligned in our gifts and we're doing what we're supposed to do, there's nothing that can come to us and be like, you're wrong for doing that. You know, unless you're honestly outside of what you're supposed to do. Like if you're not doing what you're supposed to, you should take sound advice and wisdom and know I need to get back on track, because honestly, what your gift is meant for others. It's not meant for you. It's a gift given to you so you can give it out.
Exactly.
Right. So I look at it all and I listen to you, Aaron, and this was an awesome, not just interview, but conversation, dialogue, and everything like that. And I just want to say, well, one more time, if you would. And you know what? To be honest with you, I might need your services soon, because I have 3 nuggets that I have coming, God willing. And what's today? Wednesday. God willing, Monday, I think. Monday, everything will be finalized, and Well-Rounded Consulting will have 3 more businesses started. Put it like that.
Well, speaking and claiming it.
Yeah, well,
we're gonna receive that.
Yeah. So I need. Well, yeah, it's done. It's a done deal. It's something I have been praying about, and finally went ahead and made some moves. And yeah, so we'll, yeah, when I make that announcement and it's time to go ahead and booyah, then everybody will know.
Raise the roof, booyah.
Yeah, everybody will raise the roof, booyah there, boom shakalaka. What you know about that?
Stroll back down memory lane. What else you got?
Boom shakalaka. Hey, I still say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
NBA Jam, man, that was my thing.
Whoop, there it is.
There you go. I still say that. Whatever, man. Leave me alone. I'm grown. Leave me alone. Yeah, leave me alone. So I want you to tell everybody once again where they can find you on social media, how they can get in touch with you, everything, how y'all can get in tune with the Wright Assistant. Come on, man. Drop it to us. Well,
again, my name is Karma Wright, and my business is the Wright Assistant, and that's Wright spelled like my last name. It's WRIGHT. You can find me on Facebook under the Wright Assistant LLC. I'm also on Instagram at Karma the Great One. Or you can send me an email at the1, and that's the number 1, the one Wright Assistant at gmail.com, or you can give me a call at 770-624-0249. I'm working on my website. That's coming now. I have another young entrepreneur who I'm blessing and giving him a chance, his gifts. So he's working on that. So that's coming. So yes, the Wright Assistant is here.
Karma the Great. Karma the Great One. The Great One.
Good karma works. Yes.
Look, you got so many business ideas, man. You shouldn't hold yourself back. Go ahead and go for it. Start looking into a 501(c)(3). Look into it, or C3. I can't remember which one it is. I'm sorry. That's the entrepreneurial side. I mean the nonprofit side. Look into it. Do some research. Understand how to get the bad boy started, and you'll realize it's not hard. Not hard to get one started. It's just that you have to have a something that you're trying to do, like an actual program you're trying to do. Like a friend of mine, he has a nonprofit where he helps people with disabilities find employment. And he helps get them back into their life, and we work with him. And I work alongside him with Well-Rounded Consulting, where I work as a coach for people with disabilities as well. So it's a double-sided thing, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
That may go in line with another idea I had, like the right direction, and that was transportation for special needs people.
That's what I'm talking about. And he does that too. He has his own van.
Wow.
Transports them around, everything. And I'll drive down, meet with clients, meet them at their place, take them to get something to eat or something. We'll just talk, know what's going on. I don't know. Just, we use our gifts, man.
Yes, Lord.
So it's needed here, and I know it's needed everywhere. It's just like, homeless people need those things. One of my dreams And, okay, I can't share that.
Hold it. Hey, that's cool.
Mhm.
Hold it. Save
Well,
that nugget.
yeah, I believe it's going to happen sooner than later, and I can't wait for it to happen. And it's going to be something I'm going to be extremely proud of because it's something I wanted to do for a long time.
Wow. Well, then God knows your desires of your heart, so He's going to make it happen.
He gives them to me. He gives us our desires.
And I'm going to be right there on opening day.
Yeah. And shoot, you know, who knows?
And I thank you again for the opportunity to come and speak.
Oh, no.
I enjoyed
Thank you.
that.
Thank you. I mean, I'm telling you, anybody I've ever asked to be on here was never on because I thought it was a great idea or something crazy like that. Honestly, I'm guided to do it. I wait. The day I looked at your video introducing your business, I looked at it and turned it off. It was when it was over, it was over. I looked at it, I was like, oh man, cool. I liked, cool. I listen to your services, listen to what you do. Shared it on my page for anybody who sees it. When I got off, I was like doing something. I was doing something else, like just random. Seriously, it was just like da 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 da. You should ask Carmen to be on the show. Oh yeah, I should. That's when I hit you up. I'm just obedient at that point.
The Holy Spirit.
Yeah, I'm just obedient. I don't do too much thinking because if I do too much, then you know this big old head, you know, it's just a lot to go on. You know, I don't have.
I was thinking, I'm like, is that how he got well-rounded? I like the name, and I was like, you like to make fun of my head.
Yeah.
Because you do, and I was like,
Is that? That's a funny one, man. Nah,
you can use that in your marketing right there. See?
Because of the size of my head? Oh God,
No,
please. Oh no. You know how I came up with the name? I'll tell you. I came up with the name because when I was growing up, my mother always said, I want to raise a well-rounded man. That's how I got the name. That's serious. That's the only way I got it. She always just said, I want you to be very well-rounded. I want you to know how to do some of everything.
Oh, well.
So that's it. So I felt like I wanted to have clients come to me and leave me and know how to do some of everything.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
I'll give you a little nugget too. Always keep extra clothes and shoes in the car for kids.
Oh yeah. Don't worry about that. You can go look in the trunk right now. I got them bad boys folded up in the corner. Okay. A little cooler space in there and everything like that.
You got a compartment for snacks.
Man, what? I'd never be caught like that again. I took my son somewhere. We were somewhere, man, and we had a pair of clothes. We changed him once. He comes back around the corner. You know, what happened to your clothes? You done peed everywhere. I'm like, So when I got one soil pair of clothes and one PP pair of clothes, and now we don't have any more clothes. So I was like, would you guys mind if we use your washer and dryer at all? I definitely need to do some laundry right now. Like, I'll pay you for it, but I mean, God, no. Wow. Yep. But I'll never be caught like that again. That was a lesson I don't ever want to learn again. That was rough because it was like, it was chaotic, man. It was chaotic.
Welcome to the world of boys.
Oh my gosh. And I have a little girl now. And she is, she's my buddy. But when she's my friend. Put it like that. Okay. My son, these are my buddies right now. I can get onto my son and Milton stop and no, don't da da da. He'll listen sometimes. But they're my buddies. When I come home, it's time to play. Oh yeah, here comes the fun guy. Mama is they love on Mama. Mama is the one they love on, they close with, and all that stuff. And I love that. But Mama is the one when she speaks, everybody listens, right? When Dad speaks, it's like, is he playing? Like, I don't know. Are you joking? Like, no, you're yelling because you're playing. And when Mama talks, it's like, oh, she's serious. Oh God, no. Might get But seriously, my kids right now, man, are awesome. I mean, I've seen your boys just grow up and do thing after thing after thing. And I was like, dude. And I remember I asked Tashana one day. I was like, dude, like, she has 3 boys. Like, do you understand that? Like, do you understand 3 boys means in a household? Like, in one space, like 3 of us, not a mix of us, but 3. I said, you ever see a family full of girls and it's like, oh, okay. But when you have 3 boys in one house, you got one that's older, middle, and the young. It's like, yo, alpha male, like who's fighting for position? Yo, if I'm sitting here, don't you dare come sit over here unless, you know, you have them in a position where they're a little bit kinder. But I know me as a guy, like if I had brothers in the house with me, I'd be like, yo, man, like you'd be fighting every day.
Right, roughhousing, you hear something, you hear that, doom.
Yeah, like every day. Like, what happened? Nothing.
Why do you think I'm glad they're back in school? My refrigerator has food in it. God bless the Sam's card. It's ridiculous.
They eat everything, house and home.
Yes, Jesus. Socks, underwear, and I do like the fact that I can go to the barbershop and get out in a reasonable amount of time. Because God knows.
That's true. Yeah, we don't take long.
My own hair, all this thick hair.
Yeah, we don't take long. But my daughter, at the moment, she does not like a comb in her head. Mm-mm. You put the comb, you like take the comb and you going towards her head, she'll do anything to get away from that comb. Anything. She cannot stand. I think she's very tender-headed at the moment. So, but she has a head full of hair, just like yours. Is thick, it's rich. And I told my wife, I said, all right, man, you might want to lock that thing up, man, when she get older. I was like, if not, she gonna be pissed off at you like every 5 seconds. Because they do her hair every day.
Don't have to cut her Saturday night playtime early to come and get it done for church in the morning. That was my discrepancy. I'm like, why? I was kind of like a tomboy. I like dresses and skirts. I'm like, why do I have to wear this for church? But then,
why can't I just wear shorts?
Right. But then you tell me, well, no, it's church. But you let me go to school and everything. You always tell me, God,
See, you that kid. You that kid. Like, yo, can you look? Don't question me, okay? I'm your parent. Relax. I told you to put it on. Just go in there and do it. But why?
Yep, I was. But why? I had a brother. Why does he get to wear pants? We're the same. I mean, I know. Right.
You'd be like, you know what, Carmen? You have some very good points. But if you would, please just put the dress on. I really would.
You're nice. After like the second one, it was like either a whooping. And when I was real little, I was told I ran under the dining room table.
Oh, God.
I did that whole, lock in the bathroom. I just hate to get my hair done. This is a lot. I've cut it before, and I don't know if I'm going to one day unlock it and let it all come out or just cut it off.
You have a lot of hair.
Now, I will say with boys, the older they get, they're more expensive. You can't just go to any regular place to get them certain pants and shoes.
Yes, you can. We're not that expensive.
Whatever. For a tall fit, no, girls, you can go like get a little sundress or some, to get like a nice pants and shoes. And mine are tall and they're still growing. And apparently the law requires that I still feed them. But I mean, it is. I mean, my 9, almost 10-year-old is like in like a size 8, 8.5 men's shoe. And he's as tall as like some short adult. So he's like 5'1", 5'2".
Yikes.
And he's in 4th grade. And when he was in 3rd grade, they thought he was in 5th grade. We went to the mother's son dance and they said, oh, what, you're 5th grade? He's like, no, I'm in 3rd.
I'm in 3rd. And they're like, oh. Oh, okay. Right. Well, how's the air up there? I'm just joking.
Yeah, my 9th grader, we went to open house to see his teacher. All the coaches, hey son, are you playing football?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, how you doing, man? Come on over here, man. Yeah, that's how they are. Like some dang on vultures. They see a little size coming that door. They like, hey, what's going on, man? You all right? Yeah.
Whole 8th grade class, they were the county champions of the middle school. So they all are in the high school now. So I got to go check out this football team and see what they're all. I mean, they got 4 years of champions, so.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's good. Cool. Well, thank you so much once again for gracing me with your presence. I appreciate it. very much.
You've
Thank
been blessed with good karma.
Thank you very much.
The rest of the day.
Thank you.
Well-rounded is now blessed with good karma.
Got me choked up over here. Well, I bet the well-rounded man with the well-rounded head. I appreciate you. So silly,
Don't
man.
choke now.
I know,
can't
right?
assist with the Heimlich over the phone. I mean,
Exactly. All right. Well, thanks again. This is Milton Spence with Well-Rounded Consulting, and I was with this entire time the Wright Assistant, Miss Karma Wright. She told y'all how to get to her on social media and every platform, email, phone number, the whole nine. And what's going to happen is you're going to be able to watch this video more than once if you want to. You can fast forward, rewind, But remember, if you need anything from Karma, I am also going to be putting her information in the description. So you may get to her, right? And know that when you hire someone like her, that you're not only making the right choice, but you have good karma and the right assistant.
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
All right. Signing off.